Now, I've seen many people struggle, even though they might believe in the law of attraction, but 90% of the time they struggle to manifest their vision and constantly worry about how and when it's going to happen and feel frustrated at life. So I'm going to share with you ways of looking at life in a completely new way and steps that you can take so you can consciously create the reality that you want. Now, how much of your waking day are you aware of where you're putting your energy and attention? Now, consider for a moment that the minute you wake up in the morning, you immediately put your energy and attention on all the people that you need to see, on all the places that you need to go to, the objects that you own, the thing that you need to plan that's in a couple of weeks' time, along with all the other things that you need to do in this third dimensional world. Your energy becomes fragmented. So what happens is all your creative energy starts to flow away from you. The more you experience these people or these things and form an emotional attachment to them, you unconsciously strengthen and reaffirm the known neural networks in your brain. As you move through your beliefs, your intentions, or unhealthy habits, unconsciously, that becomes your vibrational set point that you operate from. It's how you show up in the world. And that's the vibrational signal that you emit out into the unified field. And 99% of creation is created vibrationally. Many people attempt to change the external, the outside, without really focusing on what's going on inside. So no matter how much you try to visualize your desires or change the external material world, if your vibration and energy is divided between all these people and objects, and in particular problems and issues, then there's no new energy available for you to put on your inner world of thoughts and feelings. This then leaves very little energy for you to create something new in your life, to attract a new loving relationship, good health, a better financial situation, or a problem being solved for you, because all your energy is locked within all these outer things that have captured your attention, and in a way these possessions own you. Let me give you an example. A few years ago, I was going through a legal battle with people who I thought cared about me, but instead they turned their back on me. And this situation was emotionally draining, was mentally overwhelming, and it required a significant amount of my energy and attention. However, my energy was dispersed. The stress, the anxiety, the uncertainty surrounding this whole thing of like what was going to happen made me feel like I was on edge, like in a fight or flight state. And in a way that was normal for me because that's how I operated from since childhood. I was constantly operating in a fight or flight state. I couldn't concentrate or take any form of like positive action. This whole thing, it literally just, it owned me. And to be honest, that's the truth. And in that process, my body, my whole self sought solace in the familiar patterns of addictive behavior. My brain was responding to that same chemical brain reaction, and I was perpetuating the same cycle. And even when I thought I resolved the issue, a week later, it presented itself again to me. Now, as I was going through this legal battle and the crisis before and after it as well, and leading up to it, I was also going through my spiritual awakening process as well. And when this issue presented itself again to me, I was like, why is this happening to me? What have I done wrong? You know, why do bad things keep happening to me? Why has this thing presented itself again to me? I gave them what they wanted. They should be happy with it. But why is this again just presented itself to me and landed in my laps again? Why me? Now, this was my breakthrough. When I was going through this whole thing, I decided to turn inwards, thinking, why is this happening to me? And I decided to meditate. And that's the first step, meditation. And you might have heard it before, to go and meditate. But when done right, it truly is powerful. So when I decided to meditate, my higher self revealed to me why this was happening to me, so that I could learn from the lessons that this situation was trying to teach me, so that I can take back my power from these people who owned it since childhood, so that I can then move on to that next stage of my life, take back my power and my energy, call it back to me. This was me moving through that struggle so that I can then level up. Meditation is a great tool, and it's one of the first steps that you can take in trying to create and manifest the vision that you want. It truly is a game changer, and I promise you, it allows you to get beyond all those outer things that possess and own you, to call your energy back to you and allow you to reclaim your power back by changing your internal state. And one of the reasons why I share this with you is because what followed after this situation completely transformed my life in ways that I could never have imagined. So the more you practice meditation, the more secrets the universe will reveal to you, the more understanding and clarity you will have in the direction of your life and how life is supposed to be. So after I meditated, the action that I took next regarding the legal battle that presented itself again to me turned out to be in my favour, because I was no longer repeating the same patterns of reacting from a state of fear or people pleasing because I wanted to feel loved or have a sense of belonging to a family. I was consciously aware of breaking those addictive patterns of behaviour. I was breaking that energetical bond, that karmic tie, from people who no longer served my higher purpose. So when you practice and meditate often, it will allow you to observe all your beliefs, your limitations that are creating your current reality. When you start observing them, you can then consciously make a different decision or a choice. We all have a choice, but we forget when we start living unconsciously. And that's part of the spiritual journey and part of being here in this third dimension. So you can observe and say, well, I prefer to experience this. Do I really need to keep going in this direction? Has it served me before? What can I do differently here? How can I react or respond to this situation or to this experience? What do I want out of life? Who am I? Because in essence, we're immortal spiritual beings having a human experience. And the more you go down your spiritual awakening journey, the more revelations you will receive. And I realized, and I've mentioned this before, but this is something that your higher self came here to have an experience in this third dimension. And I realized that through all the struggle, the pain and everything that I went through, that you are going through, is necessary for your spiritual growth. Meditation allows you to bring your awareness into the now present moment by breaking your attention and energy from all the connections, everything known to you in the outer world. You call your energy back to you, breaking the bonds with your past present reality. Only in the present moment can you call your energy back to you, and it takes effort and practice, and it can be an uncomfortable journey, a process, especially as things or people leave, fall behind, shift as the energetical bonds are broken. And you can go have a look at this meditation here. It will really allow you to bring your awareness into the present moment of now. The only way to break the bond with all the things that have captured your attention and energy is by learning to call all that fractured energy back to you, so that you can overcome the emotion that you become addicted to. You weaken these energetic bonds and eventually free up enough energy to create a new future, live a more fulfilling life, become the new version that you want to embody, attract love, abundance, good health, and inner peace. So the second step is monitoring your focus. You become aware of what brings you down emotionally, your vibrational set point. This is when you become very discerning of your focus, of where you put your focus, who and what you give your attention to. Often it may mean certain people around you who bring your energy down. And I've often found myself around people who are like energy vampires, and I've come back feeling all sorts. And then gradually through awareness, I'm like, this isn't me, this is not how I was feeling. And I have to do something that grinds my energy, like dancing around with my kids, reading, or going for a walk in nature, or just in my back garden, whatever it is that allows me to feel grounded, to allows me to bring my energy back into focus. By consciously monitoring what forms your beliefs, your thoughts, and eventually your emotional state, this is where you are reclaiming your power and energy. You're calling it back to you. You can consciously then challenge them and reframe them. You can ask yourself if this belief is yours, or is it from your parents, your culture, your society, or people that you know. You can flip the narrative on it. For example, shifting I can't do it to I am capable and resourceful can change your perception and empower you to take action. Now imagine you know somebody who loves watching the news like 24/7 and it's full of all this negativity. And eventually whatever's going on in the news, it forms part of their belief system. They start believing it. And that's what then becomes part of their reality. And every time you meet that person, they like to reinforce what they believe, what they see around happening in the world by saying things like, well, don't you agree that this is happening? What do you think we should do about it? Do you think we should do X, Y, Z? This person then forms beliefs around this process. So in that moment, you don't have to listen. And this is not you being judgmental or being judgy in any shape or form. This is you discerning and choosing a different choice for you and being like, okay, well, this is what you believe, this is what they believe, it doesn't have to be my belief. So you don't have to get tangled and connected with this belief emotionally. You don't have to agree with them just to give them that reassurance. They can believe what they want to believe, but this is you standing in your power and focused in your energy and attention. And you don't have to identify with everything that you're told either. Otherwise, you are giving them authority over you. So take your focus and put it inwards. What is it that you believe? What do I believe? Identify and challenge your limited beliefs and opinions that are holding you back, that are disempowering you. Recognize your negative self-talk. Where is it coming from? You know, you can transform I am not good enough to I am worthy and deserving. So the third step that you can take to literally shift your life is by having a focused vision and clear intention. Because when you have that, you align yourself with your energy and actions towards a desired outcome. For example, when I wanted to share my gifts in helping others transform their lives and hold space for energy healing, I set the intention and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. And there's so much power in writing it down or journaling, because it's no longer just an idea in your mind. You set the intention, you write the intention down and your vision with feeling. And I did the same when I started my YouTube channel as well, because I really wanted to help people transform their lives, raise their conscious awareness and help them reclaim their power. So when you have that focused vision and a clear intention, you write it down and you put it out there. You don't constantly worry thinking how and when it's going to happen, why your manifestation hasn't happened, because you're constantly in that state of lack and that constant state of worry, those low vibrations. Instead, you bring your focus and your attention on the now and you appreciate where you are in this present moment. You kill that doubt. And this is you no longer creating that resistance. This is you getting out of your own way. This is you fully trusting and surrendering to the universe, going with the flow of things and getting yourself into alignment, because the universe is taking care of the rest. Is getting what you want to create, is getting it for you, and it's aligning it up for you when you are ready vibrationally to match that signal. You're able to broadcast a new vibrational signal, and I've talked about this before in one of my previous videos, but you surrender and you hold the belief that your higher self is guiding you and that there are infinite number of parallel realities that exist out there in the quantum field and are available for you and exist as electromagnetic frequencies. And when you shift your vibrational frequency and your set point changes, you match one of those frequencies, you draw back a new experience into your now reality. So when you fully trust, you get out of your own way, you call your energy back, you observe and catch yourself every time, bringing yourself into alignment, you flow and you trust the process and you let go of outcome dependency and you have an appreciative attitude. And this is really important, of where you are in the present moment of now. You believe and you take inspired action towards your vision. And then you will notice things and people, situations moving out of the way for you. Your focused vision and intention acts like a compass, guiding and empowering you through all the difficulties and keeping you focused on your goal and the reality that you want to create. It allows you to bounce back from setbacks and learn from them. It allows you to become consciously aware of how you're using your energy and to maintain that determination in moving forward and ultimately reclaiming back your power and all that fractured energy back to you. So I hope you found value in today's video. Please like, subscribe and share it with others who need to hear this message. And I'll see you in the next video. Much love. Namaste.